Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are cutting through all the noise to focus on the key AI trends that are actually going to shape the next year, and we've got the data to back it up.
You know, for the last few years, the whole AI race has felt like this heavyweight title fight, right? It's all been about who can build the biggest, the baddest, the most powerful model. Well, that entire game is about to change.
We are officially moving past the hype of just building these monster models and into a phase that honestly is way more interesting. How is AI actually going to plug into our daily jobs and our real lives? So let's just dive right in. We're going to break down 5 huge shifts that you really need to get your head around to stay ahead of the curve. Okay, first up, the very foundation of this whole AI race is shifting under our feet. The models themselves, the engines that are driving this revolution, they're just not the big differentiator anymore. See, as the quality between all the top models gets closer and closer and the cost to use them just plummets, the focus is changing. Think of it this way. Once all car engines became pretty good and pretty cheap, the real competition became about who could design the best car around that engine. And that's exactly where we are with AI right now. And what's so fascinating here is that this shows the new battlefield. I mean, look at this. None of these big players are winning just because they have the smartest AI. OpenAI, they've got the brand name, right? Google has this insane distribution through things like Android and Gmail. And Anthropic? They've smartly carved out this niche with big business customers. The game has totally moved beyond just raw intelligence.
So for our second trend, let's build on that idea. It is time to debunk some of the hype around these fully autonomous AI agents that you hear about constantly.
Yeah, the data from McKinsey on this is just crystal clear. Despite all the buzz you see on social media, fewer than 10% of companies are actually, successfully, using truly autonomous agents. The tech, well, it just isn't quite there yet for reliable, widespread use. So where's the real money? Where's the value? Well, instead of full autonomy, the market has voted with its feet for what you might call agent-light workflows. These are systems that help humans. They augment our judgment. They handle all the boring, predictable parts of a job, but they keep a person in the loop for those really critical decisions. And the AI expert Andrej Karpathy just nails this. He basically warns that when we call everything an agent, it just creates a ton of confusion and hype. The reality is, we are on a decade-long journey to get to real autonomy, not some overnight revolution.
So the big takeaway here is this. Your goal shouldn't be to find some magic agent. It should be to turn your own successful prompts into repeatable, reliable workflows. Just pick a task you do all the time, break it down, and let AI do the heavy lifting while you provide that crucial final sign-off. That is where the massive productivity gains are today.
Okay, this next trend it's a massive opportunity, and it's especially huge for anyone out there who doesn't think of themselves as a tech person. That wall that used to exist between having a great idea and actually being able to build it, it's crumbling. An OpenAI report dropped a number that is it's stunning. 75% of their enterprise users are now using AI to do tasks they literally could not do before. Think about that. They aren't just doing their old jobs faster, they're doing entirely new things. And this slide just brilliantly illustrates the career shift that is happening right now. If your whole value was purely technical, like you were the only one who knew how to build that complex data dashboard, that advantage is shrinking. But if you're the marketing manager who has deep knowledge of your industry, well, your value is skyrocketing because now you can bring your ideas to life all by yourself. All right, let's get practical and talk about the actual skill of using AI. Because the most important technique, the thing that gets you the best results, it's not what you think. It's not about crafting that perfect poetic question anymore. So while all these AI models have gotten amazing at understanding even kind of vague instructions, they all have this one giant weakness. I call it the fact gap. They know everything that's on the public internet, right? But they know absolutely nothing about your project, your team's goals, or that super important email your boss just sent you. So what really matters more? How you ask the question or what information you give it? It's like briefing a brilliant new intern who knows nothing about your company. The quality of their work is going to depend entirely on the context and the documents you give them.
And that is the huge takeaway. Giving the AI well-organized, relevant files, the context, is now so much more important for getting a great result than spending an hour crafting the perfect one-sentence prompt. Your file management skills just became your most valuable AI skills.
Okay, finally, let's zoom all the way out and look at 2 massive society-level changes that are right around the corner. They're going to affect how we all get access to AI and how it starts to interact with our physical world.
First up, ads. They are, without a doubt, coming to chatbots. And look, I know, nobody loves ads, but they represent this really critical fork in the road. Without some kind of ad-supported free model, the most powerful AI tools could just stay locked behind super expensive paywalls, which would create a huge gap between the haves and the have-nots. Ads, well, for better or worse, they are a path to making this technology available to everyone.
And second, AI is literally breaking out of our screens and walking into the physical world.
And this is not some far-off sci-fi future. This chart shows that back in 2023, China was already putting more industrial robots to work than the rest of the entire world combined. AI-powered robots are here, and they are scaling really, really fast.
So what does all this mean for you? Well, Wharton professor Ethan Mollick has this powerful idea he calls the jagged frontier of AI. He says we are in this totally unique moment in time where the idea of expertise is being completely reset. And that right there is the ultimate takeaway. Because everything is changing so fast, nobody, and I mean nobody, has it all figured out. The experts are gone. The playing field has been totally leveled. So the winners of the next decade? They're not going to be the people who have some perfect 5-year plan. They're just going to be the ones who are willing to start learning today.